Hi, welcome back to my channel, TLCKP, and welcome if you are new. I'm a disabled mum of 3 and will be posting videos on family life, being a disabled mum and bringing up a baby in a wheelchair. Please, if you could, like this video and subscribe to this channel. It is all free to do, it doesn't cost a penny, which we all love. Please feel free to comment on anything you would like to see from my channel, any videos you would like me to post in the future. So today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the things that we found essential to us when we first had Penny. Me being a disabled mum, so some of that does come into account. And some of it is just essentials that I think any new mum would want to have. I'm also going to talk about some things that we either regret buying or didn't buy because we didn't think it would be useful to us. So first of all, I'm going to speak about the essentials, so the newborn essentials, or things that we bought during pregnancy that we thought would be essential for us. So first off would be baby sleep suits. Now when Chloe and Kai were younger, you would buy the little mittens to go over their hands, but they were always quite big. Now what with Penny being that much smaller, as I've previously mentioned, she was born £6'2" and did go down to £5'7". So she was very small, so we were unsure as to what we would do nowadays because didn't realise just how bigger the mittens were compared to her hands. So, but luckily nowadays they do the sleep suits with the built-in mitts. So I've actually got a slightly bigger sleep suit here, but basically you just have these little bits here, and then you just fold it over like that, and they've got the actual built-in mitts, so they can't lose them and they don't fall off and things like this. So they're really useful to have, especially, well, for any baby really. We used them for the first few weeks at least, I believe, if I remember correctly. So next essential for us would be a caddy. So like a nappy caddy. And we've actually got two. We have an upstairs and a downstairs in our house. So we have one downstairs in the living room and we have one upstairs in the bedroom, which we still use to this day, even 1 year on. So this was the one that we got. This is one of the ones that we got. We got this one from Amazon. So as you can see, it's got, if I can show you, it's got the little pockets in. It's also got some things in that I'm going to show you. But yes, so it's got a larger pocket which we store the nappies, baby wipes and the changing mat. And it's got two smaller ones which we store muslins and nappy sacks and creams and things like that in. They're really good, especially so you can just pick it up, take it around with you, and it's got everything you need in it. Obviously 2 is not essential to buy, but I would go for at least 1. And actually our other one that we've actually got in our lounge, which is slightly smaller than this one, is we just got from, I believe it was Home Bargain, so it was only maybe £5, something like that. This one was actually from Amazon and it's actually bigger. I will link everything I can in the description box below for you. So I will link this caddy. If not, I'll link something very similar. So our next essential for a newborn especially would be a heartbeat bear, or a heartbeat animal or thing. So this is the one that we chose. So this is Susie. She's actually a MYHUMMY bear. She is more expensive, but she is app controlled, and she has a heart inside her, which is the bit that you actually press and hold to turn on. So you can do all different noises. You can do heartbeat, you can do white noise, you can do all sorts of things. There's also, it's got a volume control, it's got a sleep sensor, so if they wake up in the night, then it automatically goes off and tries to soothe them back to sleep. So this is what is actually inside her, so it's just in the back of her here. So if I'll get my phone and I will show you the app. So you just turn it on, you just press and hold, and hopefully you can hear that. So this is just the heartbeat, and I do actually have to go into the app to turn it off. So this is the app here. I don't know if you can see that. It just says MYHUMMY, and then you can take a picture, and you can you just press the heartbeat to go into it, and it lights up green like this, and then you just press this like that and it turns it off. So yeah, so there are lots of different, you can have like you can have a time sensor on it and things like this, so you can have it on for a set period of time, so it will continuously go off for, say, I believe we have it set to 20 minutes, and then it'll go off provided there is no noise. But then it'll, if you have the sleep sensor on, it'll go off again if baby wakes up. So I believe I paid £65 for her. Again, this was, I did buy this last year, beginning of last year, but I think it's really good. And again, it can be used when she gets older, and it's just like a cute little teddy bear, and she does love bears. So yes, so I would recommend this one. I know there are others. There is, I want to call it Shaun the Sheep, but it's not Shaun the Sheep. It's obviously, I believe, from Wallace and Gromit, so not that one. But yeah, there is the sheep version, Ewan, the Dream Sheep, I believe it's called. There's the Cloud one too. There are many, like, I can't remember what white noise things, basically. And I know some people, they can just, they are on YouTube, they do white noise videos, but I mean, it would be okay if you have like a smart home device, like a smart voice assisted device, say Alexa, but I'm trying not to make my...
What do you want me to play?
Excuse me. Yes. Shh. She's gone off now. Yes, I tried not to make her go off, but if you say her name, she does go off. So excuse me for rambling about her. Anyway, so yes, so I do love the white noise machines. I especially love the MYHUMMY. They do, I believe they definitely do a blue version of her, of Susie, and it's got a different name to it. But I'll link it in the description box below. I'll link their website in the description box below, and if you fancy it, go check it out. So the next thing, I actually saw on Mrs. Hinch's Instagram stories of her newborn essentials that she got for her son Ronnie, and they were actually these. So it's it got wipes in it, so it's baby wipes. So for us, they're really good. So it just keeps them sealed up, and then you don't need to worry. They're really good. It come in a pack of 2. I got them off of eBay. Again, I'll link it below. They were not very expensive at all. Maybe £1 something, £2 something, when I got them about just over a year ago. They're really good, really handy. It just protects your wipes and stops them from drying out. So again, they're really good. Again, speaking of wipes, now for us, because Penny's skin is not brilliant and she reacts to quite a few bits and pieces, for us, what I found really good was we first started using the brand water wipes. When Penny was first born, we got a couple of packets just because we saw them on offer in Boots, and they worked really well. And then we tried Pampers version that we saw on offer, didn't go well. And then we tried Aldi's version of the water wipes, and again, excuse me, that was my dishwasher, again they didn't go well. For us, we found them they were really dry and they just seemed to irritate her skin. So for us, we stick with the water wipes. I'll just get these out, I can show you. So this is an open pack obviously, but these are the ones. These are just water wipes. They're really good. They're biodegradable too, which is brilliant. And they are 99.9% water, and they are accepted by the Eczema Association in Australia and the National Eczema Association, and also by Allergy UK. So they're really good. And yes, after a year we are still buying water wipes. I don't pay a drastic amount of money for them. I get them in a box of 12 on Subscribe and Save from Amazon. Again, I'll link the ones that I get down below. But like I say, I haven't found anything comparable to water wipes. That doesn't mean that there isn't another brand out there for you, but for us personally, especially with Penny's skin, the water wipes are a lifesaver for us, and we love them. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, we have a changing mat in here, so we just have a Catechiston one. This one particularly, this one just folds up, so it just unfolds just like this and just unfolds. So this is really good. It's wipe clean. It is wipeable. We've never had any problems with it. I got this off of eBay and it was brilliant. And they do the travel changing mats on their website. Again, I'll link in the description box below the ones on Catechiston's website. They're really great and I love it, and it folds up nicely and just fits in the caddy down the side of the nappies. Now, speaking of nappies, what I would say personally is we have used Pampers nappies, we've used TESCO nappies, the fried on flow ones, we've used Aldi's, Lidl's, and Sainsbury's versions. We stick with the Tesco's ones. We do occasionally get the Pampers ones. Now if money was no object, I would go for the Pampers. They are extremely soft, they're really lovely, and Penny's actually still in the new baby sizes. She's small, although she is a year now. We are still using size 2s. But yeah, I'd say the Tesco ones are really good. There isn't enough of a difference between the Pampers and the Tesco's ones, in my opinion, to justify the price difference. And so for us, we have Club Card Plus with Tesco's, and so we get 10% off Fred and Flo brand, so we get 10% off the nappies. But yeah, I mean, Tesco's ones are great. These are the ones, these are the Tesco ones just here. I do find the Pampers, so they've now got these yellow lines just down here. I don't know if you can see in this light. Now with the Pampers ones, the yellow line that is there, I mean, this is all new to me. There was no yellow lines when Chloe and Kai were in nappies many years ago. But obviously it's an indicator to it goes blue when they're wet. Pampers, I found that the only issue with the Pampers is, for us, was that it goes blue very quickly. So if you're just checking to see whether or not they've done anything and they're wearing Pampers, it might be blue straight away, even if they've just done a really tiny amount and just a dribble, say, and then you're changing a nappy that wasn't ready to be changed, because if you go by the blue line. So Tesco's ones are a bit different. They if she does a wee, it will then go blue. Obviously we do check the nappy like we used to with Chloe and Kai's. Just check it if it seems full, or if she's uncomfortable, we'll change it. Even if she's barely done anything, sometimes she's just uncomfortable and just wants a nappy change. So we will just change it. So yeah, I mean all nappies are different, and that I think sometimes can be the problem. Just find what works for you and stick with it. I mean, it doesn't have to be the big brands, and it doesn't have to be the own brands either. It's just whatever works for you and whatever's right for your baby's skin too. We find that Penny's actually never suffered from nappy rash. We did, as you can see here, there is SUDOCREM in there, and we have a BEPANTHEN upstairs, but I mean we've barely had to use it, a couple of times, but I don't think it's due to the fact that we're using the TESCO nappies. I think it can occur on any nappies, and it just depends basically on your baby's skin. So luckily for us, we've been all right with that. In regards to the nappy creams, I know nowadays you can get an applicator for the SUDOCREMs or for the pots of nappy creams. So it's like a little spatula you just put on like that. Yeah, I think that would have encouraged me to use the SUDOCREM more often, but as in one of my maternity packs I did receive a little sample of the BEPANTHEN, and I believe it was one of the Emma's Diaries packs, and so I use that more often because it's in a little squeezy tube. Just squeeze a bit on and rub it in, and so yeah, but again, it's personal preference. I do prefer the consistency, I suppose, of the SUDOCREM over the BEPANTHEN. BEPANTHEN is a bit more liquidy, whereas SUDOCREM is a bit more, it's a bit more like it actually puts a barrier on the skin rather than being soaked into it. So maybe if I saw the applicator at the time, or if she needs it in the future, then I would get it. But yes, we also muslins. That's all I'll say. You need lots for a newborn. Again, this wasn't something that was really a thing, I don't believe, in this country when Chloe and Kai were younger, so it was all new to us. So a lot of stuff we use, like the Nappy Caddies and things like this was all new to us. Like, we never used it. I mean, they are so handy, but you would have just never thought to use it really. And so we've got quite a few different muslins. We've got this one, for example, she's got like a little stars and lightning bolts things. This is actually an Aiden and a Nay one, a Harry Potter one. They are quite expensive, the Aiden and an A ones. We didn't actually purchase this. My sister actually passed it down to us when her daughter wasn't using them. We got these ones from Amazon. I'll link them in the description. So I think it came, there's quite a few different types. There's this one here, and I believe you can get them in blue and white too. And we've got loads. We've got white ones that we got from Tesco's. We've got many. We've got loads. We still do use them occasionally now. Penny was quite a sicky baby. I don't even know why, she just was. And occasionally will be sick now. I believe when she eats too much for her little tummy, she's just sick, and sometimes she just is for no reason whatsoever. Could be hours after she'd eaten real food or even had some breast milk. So yeah, I mean, but for us, muslins were completely essential. even at the beginning, just have a muslin over your shoulder, and you can pick them up so cheap. Like I say, I will link the Amazon ones because they're quite large and they're quite good. I wouldn't say I preferred one brand of muslin over another. I don't think the Aiden and Nene ones are particularly amazing for the price. I believe it is just a muslin cloth. So yeah, I mean, whatever your budget allows, basically, which is important when you have a baby because they are pricey. They require a lot of stuff. Now for some things that I don't actually have on me. So also what we found essential was a next to me crib. So the one that we had was the Chico next to me. It was the, I think it was called the Dream. Again, I'll link everything I can below. There might be a long list of stuff. Yeah, it was brilliant because it has a drop down side, so it can be pushed up close to the bed. The one that we had also did rock somewhat too. It was on casters. It was quite large. I don't know the dimensions, but it was quite large. But yeah, I mean, you can get the specific sheets for the next to me cribs from the online baby stores. Yeah, no, it was brilliant for us. We loved it. So we also I would say the things that we also found essential was the cellular blankets, is what they're called. So they've actually got like effectively holes in them. I'm not making it sound brilliant. But yeah, no, they're just breathable, effectively. They're a breathable blanket. So if you've got baby in a blanket, that you're swaddling baby in a blanket, then at least, you know, if they move enough and it does come up, fingers crossed it doesn't, it's actually breathable, which is the same as the outers of the next to me crib. Sorry to jump product just now, but yeah, it actually has mesh around the outside, so yeah, it's breathable, so if they get up against it, at least they're not gonna suffocate or smother themselves. So again, the cellular blanket's really good. We did used to swaddle Penny quite often when she was tiny, because that is just something she enjoyed. Now, some of the things that we used for a short period of time, as I discussed in my previous video, in my breastfeeding journey so far, was we started off, Penny, there was a point of where she wanted to take, we tried her with a dummy, just because my nipples were quite sore, and we found the MAM ones were brilliant. So we only used them for a short period of time, but they were very good. They come in a little self-sterilising pot, so you can just put the recommended amount of water into the microwave for the recommended amount of time, and it'll sterilise them for you. Also a dummy clip, because dummies get lost and they drop them, or you drop them and things. So if you've got an actual dummy clip, we got a MAM one from Amazon. Again, I'll link everything I can below. They are really good, and it just helps. And then at least you always know where the dummy is. My sister used this one still for her daughter, and yeah, dummy clips essential, because then they can't drop it on the floor, and then you've got to keep an endless supply of dummies in your handbag or something, or in your pockets, which isn't always helpful or doable. So yeah, so another product that we used for a short period of time anyway was the MAM bottles. We found them really good. They claim the teat shape, again with the dummies, similar to the dummies, sorry, is similar to nipple, to prevent nipple confusion, especially if you're bottle and breastfeeding at the same time. So again, with the man bottles, what I would say is they're really good at self-sterilising. Sorry, Penny's come to join us. I was just giving her a feed. So yeah, with the man bottles, they are self-sterilising, so you can sterilise them in the microwave, similar to the dummies. But for us, we did do that occasionally, but we used the Milton cold water sterilizer with the Milton tablets. We found that really good. It's really cheap and did a great job. So now some of the things that I found, things that we bought that we now regret buying. So I would say I would start with an actual pram. Being a disabled mum, like being a wheelchair user, I mean, I don't know why we thought that we would use a pram more than we did. We got an ICKLE BUBBA travel system set. We actually bought it from somebody that we knew of, so we knew what kind of condition it was in. It was really good. It was a great pram, and I would recommend the pram itself to anybody. It was the ICKLE BUBBA V3 Stomp, I believe it's called. The travel system comes with the car seat, the ISOFIX base, the actual pram, the carry cot, all sorts of things. But for me, as a wheelchair user, as a wheelchair mum, it was not essential to us. So, so the actual, say hello. You say hello. Say hello. What are you doing? Yes. Yes. You said hello. So it's just, I mean, the only person that actually took it out was my daughter when we actually went out, and she pushed it because my husband would be pushing me in the wheelchair, or vice versa. And with her being at school or now at college, she's not really around, so we didn't really ever use it. We never took it out in a car. Yeah. So for us, it's a great pram, and I would recommend it on that purpose, but I wouldn't recommend it to anybody in a wheelchair, basically. So that was one of the things that we regret buying. Also, another thing that I personally regretted buying was an ELVIE curve, it's called. So it's a wearable milk collector, I suppose it's called. It goes in your bra. Now it's really, I suppose it is good, it's just it didn't work for me. They're quite bulky, and just like the ELVIEs, I suppose, the ELVIE breast pump, the wireless ones, but it just, I don't know what it was about it, but it didn't react well with my skin, and I just really didn't enjoy wearing it when I used it. And so I stuck with using when I did use a milk collector, shall we say, or manual breast pump, silicone breast pump, sorry, I actually used the HAAKAA. I found that really good, and I just bought one from Amazon. Again, sound like a broken record now, but I will link everything I can below. So yeah, so I think what you find essential and what you don't are subjective, and they are they're compared to your individual circumstances and what your situation is. So like I say, for me as a wheelchair user, I don't know why I bought a pram because it was not a practical thing. what was practical was I bought a baby carrier. I got an Infantino one from Amazon. Lots from Amazon. But I didn't realise that you can't actually use a baby carrier until, well, this particular one, and most, I believe, until babies are well over 8.5 pounds. So I actually bought a wrap, so it's like a long piece of material basically, and you tie it around yourselves in a certain way, and it holds baby, and you can use them from any weight, basically. I believe it's any weight. Again, I'll link the one that I got below because it was brilliant, and so I used that for quite a while. So I'm still using the Infantino baby carrier now. I only use it when we do our grocery shopping, because I have a wheelchair trolley attached to my wheelchair, so she just sits in the carrier and usually goes to sleep. Fingers crossed anyway, most of the time. Sorry, she's just itching her eczema because it is very itchy. As you can see on her face, it is red. You see yourself. Yeah, so I mean most things were quite essential for us because we bought things that we thought would be useful, and yeah, and most things really were essential. And I can't say that we didn't use anything very often, apart from, like I say, the dummies, the bottles, and the actual cold water sterilizer. But we did use them for a short space of time, and until she would no longer take a dummy or take expressed milk from a bottle. But yeah, no, it was actually good. You know, it was a lot of the products that I've mentioned were extremely essential for us. So yeah, thank you for watching. Apologies about the all over the place video. I really do need to make notes so I can actually, so I've actually got a particular list to follow, shall we say, so I stay a bit more on track. But I do appreciate you sticking with me whilst I figure that out. And please do accept my apologies about the bit of a break, about the breaks that I keep having between videos. It's sometimes quite difficult to take the time to film the videos, and sometimes my health gets in the way, so it makes life a bit harder. But I promise to be back very soon, and I promise I will get around to my exciting video, which I do hope that many of you find exciting. But again, thank you for watching, and please like this video, and if you could, please take the time to subscribe to my channel. It is free, and it really does help. It helps YouTube to see that people want to see what I'm creating and things like this. So thank you, and now I'm actually going to go and get this one to bed. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.